Yeah. Hey folks, good evening. How are we? It is Friday evening and it is just coming up to 7 o'clock. Hope you're all doing well and you've got yourselves all set up for the Big Jet TV Aviation Quiz. Just wanted to check one thing. I've got my my notifications here. We've got 110 people already joined up and ready to take place in the quiz. Like I said earlier on, folks, what we're doing is we're going to give first, second and third place prizes. The first place will be a t-shirt of any choice, any one you want, and that's the top end t-shirt. And second and third prizes will be for the No Frills t-shirt. We'll ship that wherever you are in the world as well, folks, so you don't need to worry about, you know, can I win it if I'm in New Zealand or something. We just got a different way of getting it out logistically to you, but that's not a problem. We will do that, and we look forward to being able to send that. One option to win only, I'm afraid. So Sam Beck, if you win today, mate, and good luck to you if you do. Dane Grayson and Darren O'Neill coming in second and third place respectively last week. Got a few more different things this week which we've added in, which are a couple of video clips as well as some picture images as well. We've got a couple of quick fire rounds. We've brought the time down to 1 minute. So we can crack through it a bit quicker for you folks. So the normal questions will be 1 minute. Then we'll have quick fire rounds. We'll have more often we'll be reading out the leaderboard as well. We'll be looking at the leaderboard as well. So that will be something different that we've added in here this week. So many of you folks, 129, 133, 135, bringing us up to 1900 hours here in the UK. Hope everybody's doing well and cracking through this, because obviously the sooner it's over, the sooner we can get out there and start filming some planes. Timmy Toothpicks, Angela Cooper, Oh My God Aviation, Ryan Brown, Paul Mitt, Jamie Reese, Miles High. Good day to everybody watching on Facebook and of course YouTube as well. Hope you enjoyed the little replay of Storm Kiara that we played out earlier on. 147 people now, 148. We're going to have another aircraft recognition show for you folks in a couple of days' time. This time it's going to be, the next show that we do is going to be about the 4-engine gas guzzlers. We'll also do a show on some retro stuff as well. And I want to do a big shout out to Kristen Steingrant. Thank you, Kristen. Very, very kind of you for sending all that stuff through for both myself and of course for Jilly as well. As you say, the hardest working woman in aviation, has to be said. I don't know anyone who works any harder than Jilly, it has to be said. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to Jilly Presswood. 158, 157 people joined. Now everybody has the option to win a t-shirt. First, second and third place will be awarded. You just need to email us your details to info@bigjet.tv, info@bigjet.tv. Silver Fox, Karen Corcoran, Paul Mitt, Judy Chaston, and good luck to all of you. I've got 3 minutes left, folks. We've got 3 minutes left. So share it if you want to share it. By all means, share it with your friends and family. Just a little bit of fun, nothing too serious, and we will crack through it. We do have the theme tune. This is it. Same as last week. And then, of course, like I say, the questions will run 60 seconds for the main questions, 10 seconds for the quick fire round. And then we will obviously have the leaderboard read out on a regular basis as well. So we have literally got No more time left, I think. Jilly, are you kind of ready to go? Oh, have you got 2 more minutes? Okay, 2 more minutes. Still 160 odd people. Yep. Okay, a couple of people having a little bit of a trouble with the links. We'll get that to you. Give you a little bit of extra time. The QR code is posted on the fan zone and on the community page as well, folks. So if you've got any questions about that, then you can just go to the fan zone or the community page on YouTube, where you'll find the QR code. And I believe all you do there is you bring up your camera and show it, offer it up to the QR code, and it will automatically take you to that page or give you the option to go into it. Folks, just be aware, anybody out there who has a Gmail email account, be aware that there are a lot of nasty folks out there, dirty little scumbags, I like to call them, who are sending out phishing emails trying to get your information. Trust me, you need to be very, very careful about opening any email. If you've got a Gmail account, be aware and very vigilant about whose email you are opening. If you're opening Gmail account, there are some nasty phishers out there who are trying to get people's personal details, and obviously in order to do some pretty nasty things as well. So yes, indeed. Very good evening to Denise Wibberley, or Dennis or Denise, g'day to you. Michael K, Kaylee Seymour, all Paul Skilling, all the regular crew, as well as all the Facebook crew are in. Ujadio says he's absolutely no idea what's going on. Well, Ujadio, if you've got any knowledge about aviation, then you might want to join in this quiz. You need to hit the link that's there in the fan zone. Are we ready? It is 1900 hours PM, and we are going to go to the first of 40 odd questions. How many questions is it, Jilly? Okay. 36 odd questions. Okay, so there we go, folks. Are we ready? Let's get it going then, Jilly. And good luck to everybody, by the way, folks. Here we go. Let's get it. Number 1. Okay, question number 1 of 36. Other than the Dreamliner, what other passenger jet was the entire cabin made of? Carbon composite. Has the entire cabin made of composite material? Is it the A220, the A350, or the A330? I'll read that out again because I was caught off my own question there. Other than the Dreamliner, what other passenger jet has its entire cabin made of carbon composite material? So in other words, a non-aluminium fuselage. Just the fuselage, folks, and the fuselage is the cabin, the entire cabin area, you know, the fuselage itself. I could have maybe said fuselage, because the cabin can catch a few people out, meaning that it is the inside of the aircraft, but it is the outside skin I'm talking about here, folks. 3, 2, 1, and your time is up. Correct answer, of course, and everybody's a lot of people getting it right there. 162 people answering it correctly as the A350. 9 people saying the A220. I understand why you do that, folks, because the A220 is a very modern aircraft, and it certainly looks like it should be theoretically made of carbon composite, and don't get me wrong, it probably has a tremendous amount of carbon composite material and lightweight materials built into that aircraft, but the fuselage itself, or the cabin, is actually made of aluminium alloy, and of course 17 people saying the A330 there. Let me just lock my seat out because I keep okay, there we go, because I keep leaning back. Lean back. Right, okay, so there you go. First question, and congratulations if you answered that correctly. Here we go with question number 2, Jilly. Quick fire question, by the way, folks. This is a quick fire question. You've got 10 seconds to answer this next question. Here we go. Fingers at the ready. What is the name of the only British engine available on the Boeing 767? The CF6, Pratt & Whitney PW4000, or the RB211? 3 seconds. 2, 1 and 0. There you go. Well, a lot of people will know that that's 100 people answering correctly is the Rolls-Royce RB211. Oh, my, sorry. I can't fade that out. I'll get that right by the end of the show. CF6, 33 people answering CF6, 34 people answering PW4000. And 100 people answering correctly, of course, the Rolls-Royce RB211, of course, the Boeing 767, big favourite amongst all of us, as we call her, the Smoky Joe. And we'll be touching on those aircraft in a later show on aircraft recognition as well. And some of these questions are linked to sort of like what we talk about during the shows as well, and of course linked ever so slightly to the aircraft recognition that we talked about earlier on yesterday, or whenever it was the day before, but or maybe 3 days ago. I lose track, but anyway, there we go. Correct answer: the Rolls-Royce RB211 is the only British engine available on the Boeing 767. So here we go. Next question, please, Jilly. Right, question 3 of 36. The Millennium Falcon completed the Kessel Run in under how many parsecs? Thought we'd throw this one in there. Is it 12 seconds, 14 seconds, or 16 seconds? Is it 12 seconds, 14 seconds, or 16 seconds? The Millennium, of course, this is a Star Wars vehicle, folks, and the Millennium Falcon is 12 parsecs, 14 parsecs, or 16 parsecs. Sorry, I just said 12 seconds, but of course, a parsec is not a second. Get it right, Jerry. The Millennium Falcon, which is the one that's plastered on the side of that beautiful Queen of the Skies with Virgin Atlantic, of course. Will we ever see her again? It's highly unlikely, I would have said, but with any luck, they'll keep her flying for a few more months. Millennium Falcon completed the Kessel Run in under how many parsecs? 12, 14, or 16? 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 100. Time is up. And of course, there we go. 110 people saying 12 parsecs, 71 saying 14, and 24 saying 16. So a lot of these are guesses, but then again, a lot of people know their Star Wars, and so you've got 110 people answering correctly that the Millennium Falcon apparently did complete the Kessel Run in under 12 seconds. So well done if you're a Star Wars fan and you got that. Parsecs, sorry, 12 parsecs. Don't! Anyway, there we go. Okay, so let's go to question number 4, GP. Okay, question 4 of 46. 4 of 46. What is the primary use of the rudder on an aircraft, folks? The primary use of the rudder on an aircraft. Is it for yaw, for lift, or for descent? Now, of course, we've discussed the rudder. You've seen me on the show, you've heard me going, watch the rudder, watch the rudder. So what is that rudder controlling as the pilot inputs his input without wanting to give anything away? The yaw, lift, or descent. So therefore it's all based on physics and airflow as well over specific parts of moving parts of the aircraft as well, and that is controlled. The rudder of the aircraft is controlling what? The yaw, the lift, or the descent. We've got 6, 500, 400, 300, 200, 100. Okay, there we go. 173 people very correctly answering. It's going to be quite close, this one. Are we up to the leaderboard on the next one, Jilly? Are we just about to show the leaderboard? Or? Okay, after the next answer, folks, we will have the leaderboard. 173 people confirming that indeed it is the vertical stabilizer of the aircraft has the rudder attached to it, and the rudder basically moves left and right. And of course, on some aircraft, specifically the larger aircraft, there is a split rudder which basically becomes one once it is airborne. But anyway, there we go. The rudder is indeed used for the yaw. 173 people getting that right. Okay, question number 5, GP. Here we go. Question 5 of 36. This question rewards most points. Fast answers. What is the measure of power used for a jet engine? What is the measure of power used for a jet engine? Is it energy, thrust, or reheat? Energy, thrust, or reheat. What is the measure of power used for a jet engine? And primarily what we're talking about here is the high bypass ratio turbofan, or specifically any type of jet engine. Is it energy, thrust, or reheat? It is. And of course that is something that used the power of the jet engine, so when he pushes his throttles forward, he is increasing, go to full, 500, 300, 100, retard. It is indeed, look at that, 215 correct answers, 3 saying energy, no saying reheat. So you guys know your stuff, man. The measure of power used for a jet engine. And by the way, folks, all of these questions were researched by myself, and obviously me and Jilly have finalised them, making sure that we've got all our questions right. We haven't taken questions from any quiz platforms or anything like that, because we believe it's proper to have our own line of questions. But there we go, indeed 215 people getting that right. Okay, here we go then. Let me just hold on a minute, Jilly. I need to get a piece of papier mâché. Hold on a minute. Right, okay, so let's put that over there like that. Bless you. Are they trolls, Jilly, or what? Yeah, please, guys, don't put the answers on the chat. You're ruining it for everybody else. It's a pointless thing to do. Just because if you know it, then answer it on here. Don't put it on the chat, folks. Can you not turn the chat off, Jilly? Can we not turn the... Okay. Well, that's it. Well, folks, can I just say, don't look at the chat. Just look at the screen. A few people kind of ruining it for everybody else. Now we've brought it to your attention, perhaps you'll stop doing it. Just make it fun for everybody else, folks. That's what it's all about. Okay, leaderboard, Jilly. Let's go to the leaderboard. Leaderboard. Oh, look at this. Let me write this down. Justin W. Weevil. He's a new name. Andy Jennings. Yeah, I know Andy Jennings, or do I? It just seems like a... Sean. Big Joe. Group 51 UK. Brilliant. And Don Tucker. Don Tucker's a regular, isn't he? Okay, right, okay. So that's the, or I don't know, it just seems, yeah, scroll, Don Tucker. Alan's getting jiggy with it in number 8, in position 8, Paul MK, Angela Cooper, Scappy 70, Don Curry, Judy Chaston, Tangy, Chris, Tommy Ernst is there again, look, in 15th place, Dane Grayson, Keith Cornell. Oh, hey, I thought you were last time, Keith. Plain Mad Chris, Doug, Ken Kibbin, Ruckford, Richard Faulkner, Young Joe J, Ashley Katie Size in 26th place. Dale is is in 28th place. Archie in 29th. What you been doing, Archie, mate? You were right atop the leaderboard last week. Chris Tyler, Antonio Evara, Neil TikTok John's there. Hey, Alex D, James Parkhouse, David Edwards, TCC Odette's there in 37th. EKP Jeff 23, the Frisian Stallion. Golf Foxtrot, Storm Gray is there, Matt Williams, Jose, Rick Van Nort in 46, Razzle Laugh, T Roy, Ashley Sparrowhawk, Nick McNair. These are all regulars as well. Congratulations, folks. And of course, some of these guys might have joined a little bit late in the day, but congratulations. In the top three, we've got Justin W, Weevil, and Andy Jennings, 459 to 451 to 450. That top seven is actually quite close. The top seven within 17 points of each other. So there we go. And of course, you get more points the quicker you answer the question as well. Okay, let's go to the next question. Quick fire questions, folks. Quick fire questions. 10 seconds to answer the next question, and get your fingers at the ready. You got to be quick. You got to be quick. Here we go. Question 6 of 36. What aircraft was the GE90 engine built exclusively for? Look at your phone quickly. Get ready. A380, 777 or 787. Which aircraft was the GE90 engine built exclusively for? 1 second. Bang. Oh, look at that. 114 people answering the 777. Of course, it was the 777. A lot of people answering 41 people answering the A380. 24 people answering the 787. Understandably so, folks. But now you know that when you're watching Big Jet TV and you see a 777 coming into shot, obviously the GE90 was built exclusively for the 777, although the Rolls-Royce Trent 8 was also an engine type that was fitted to the 777. Of course, the different variants as well. The 115B, which is for the ER and the LR, and the freighter variants as well. But we'll get onto that later when we do aircraft recognition. But congratulations if you got that right. 114 of you did. And of course it was the 777 that the GE90 was built exclusively for. Next question please, Ginny. Oh. Okay, so question 736. How many active runways does the Chicago O'Hare have? How many active runways does Chicago Ord have? Is it 5, 6 or 7? You've got 51 seconds remaining. How many active, and of course we were in Chicago last year, folks, on the February the 13th through to the 18th. Of course, Jay, our main man, was out there, and we covered we basically mainly covered two of the main runways. Or 3, should I say, the 3 going across the top, but there were other runways way off into the distance. It's a massive area, so it's definitely it's a big airfield, and but you know, 5, 6 or 7 runways, active runways, does Chicago O'Hare have, folks? 200, 100, retard. Time is up. Here we go. Whoa, that might have separated the wheat from the chaff there. 63 saying 5, 76 saying 6, and 79 saying 7. That's good, because that means that you're not Googling it. So fair play to you, folks, if you're doing that. Indeed, she does. They do have 7 active runways out there in Chicago O'Hare. That's fantastic. Congratulations if you knowledgeably know that. But only a split of 3 people difference between that 79 versus 76, and then 63, of course, on 5. Right, okay, congratulations if you got that right. Let's go for question number 8. Question 8, 36. How does a pilot steer their aircraft on the taxiway? Good question. Is it using the tiller, using the steering wheel, or using the yoke? So there we go, folks. How does the pilot steer his or her aircraft whilst on the taxiway? Some aircraft only have the operational available on one side of their positions, but in general, we want to know how the pilot would steer their aircraft whilst on the taxiway. Is it using the tiller, using the steering wheel, or using the yoke? Learn a lot from this, folks. You learn a lot from this. 8 seconds. How is that pilot steering their aircraft on the taxiway? 2, 1. Time's up! Oh, look at that. 33 saying steering wheel, 46 saying the yoke, and 132 of you getting it absolutely bang on using the tiller. And of course, we have discussed this in the past, folks, and we do know for a fact that the tiller is a little wheel either to the left or to the right, depending upon who is actively steering the aircraft whilst on the taxiway, whether it's the co-pilot or whether it's the captain. If it's the captain, it's to his left. If it's the co-pilot, the little tiller will be to the right. Used to be literally a wheel, a little mini wheel. It's gotten a little bit more sophisticated now. It's sort of like an odd-shaped mechanism which differs from manufacturer to manufacturer. But in general, that is then linked all the way down to the front undercarriage, and of course on some aircraft, like the bigger aircraft like the 747 for example, it's also linked electronically to the belly steer undercarriage, the bogey wheels on the underside the belly at the back, so as to make sure that the aircraft doesn't scrub when it's turning because of all that weight sitting down on the belly wheels. But there we go. He is steering that aircraft, or she is steering that aircraft using the tiller. And the tiller, of course, same thing as it's actually shaped like a tiller sometimes, because a tiller is what? It's the same thing that you use for steering your little boat, isn't it? Hey. Anyway, there we go. Question number 9, please, Chili. Question 9 of 36. What is the limited altitude of a commercial passenger aircraft can fly to? It's quite interesting, this one. What is the limited altitude, maximum height, that a commercial passenger aircraft can fly to? A commercial passenger aircraft, that is, folks. Is it 38,000 feet, 45,000 feet, or 52,000 feet? 38 is at flight level 380, flight level 450, or flight level 520. The limited altitude a commercial passenger aircraft can fly to. Cheers. Yeah. Just remember, it is a commercial passenger aircraft, folks. Not military, we're asking about commercial passenger aircraft. 1 second, there we go, that's the end. All 58 saying 38,000 feet, 140 people answering correctly 45,000 feet. There are obviously different flight levels that aircraft take depending upon the trade winds, you know, the wind conditions, weather, volume of traffic, which way they're going across the Atlantic, or whichever direction they're going in, and of course sometimes they might go up as high as they can. The higher they go, the thinner the air, the leaner the burn. So yeah, but the maximum they can fly to is 45,000 feet. I don't know whether that is because of the limitations of the engines, or whether it is limitations of general regulations, the FAA or the CAA, in terms of what is the maximum an aircraft can fly. I'll have to look into that, and I'm sure somebody is going to tell me. Yeah, quite a Nick McNair saying 38 is the normal flying altitude that you will find when you're flying across the Atlantic. You will see you're flying at 38, 41, something like that. Sometimes it's like 42,000 feet, but the maximum is 45,000 feet. Ready to go to question number 10, GP. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, quick fire picture round, folks. This is quick. You've got 10 seconds, folks. You've got 10 seconds. Okay. What aircraft is this? Hey, have a look at that. That's all you get. You get 10 seconds on it. Is it a 747? Is it an A330 or an A340? Time is up, folks. Oh, look at that. 93 people answering correctly. It is a 747. Oh, my nap, sorry. 93 people answering 747. 55 answering A330. And 29 people answering the A340. It was, of course, well, I say, of course, it was. Trust me, it was a 747. There we go. Okay, so what do we got next, Jilly? A leaderboard. Here we go, look. Okay, Andy Jennings is now, so let's just, Andy Jennings has gone up to first place. Young Joe, now he was out of the top 10, I think, last time around. Rick Van Noort's up to third. Hold on a minute, Jilly. Oh, look, Sam Beck. Here he comes, look. Here he comes. Paul MK, fantastic. And Ruckford is there in 6th place. And Tommy Ernst in 8th place. Mark in 7th place. So, fantastic. Congratulations to you. Folks, if you're wondering whether or not the some of the questions are, just stand by, Jelly. If all of these questions we have researched thoroughly, and they are, some of the questions are designed to sort of like make you think. That's what we want to do at the end of the day. We want you to. We're not asking you, you know, what colour is a tomato. We're trying to answer, bring a little bit of not confusion, but a little bit of sort of like, you know, oh, I know the answer. Oh, hold on a minute, no, because you've got to read the question thoroughly. So we've done all of our research. But anyway, there we go. Is that me scrolling that, Chili, or is that you scrolling that? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So there's Mark, Chris Tyler, Big Joe, Keith Cornell, up in 9th place now, Keith Cornell. Tommy Ernst creeping up the leaderboard in 8th place. It's going to be close, I think, once again. Dane Grayson, Beasy, Dom Tucker, Alex D. Jay is in 16th place. Golf Foxtrot, he was there last week. 17th place this one. Group 51 UK. Group 51 UK, you've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's dropped from 6th place down to 18th. But hey, you never know. It can quite easily change. Richard Faulkner, she is there in 21st, creeping up a little bit. Razor Laugh, Sean, well done to you folks. Julie Chaston, Ken Kibben, Jose, Richard Faulkner, and Easy Son, 29th. Laura, Plain Mad, Chris Avgeeks, Ian, Jose Allen is getting jiggy with it. He's in Andy. Yeah, he was a lot higher up. Mr. Jiggy was a lot higher up last time, but on the last leaderboard. But I'm sure. Have I got, oh yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yeah. Okay. Mooney 31. I thought you said if you got a wheel on your mouth. I'm like, I've gone. Oh, where? Okay, Dennis Zwigman, Stuart Kennedy. I should play the music while I'm doing this, really, shouldn't I? Johnny Basleen, Thomas, John Carley, Jackie. Oh my God, Aviation Neil. Did I get that wrong? Baseline, right, Johnny Baseline. No, what did I say? Basleen. Sorry, Johnny, mate. Johnny Baseline. It's like saying, Justin W, Steve C, Cy, Barry, Rodaway, Ryan Russell, Kevin, Michael K. Just want to read down a few folks just to give all those guys and girls who are joining in but maybe not getting the answers so right, but they deserve a shout out. David Edwards, the real Mahoney, Andy, the Frisian Stallion. You were a little bit higher last time. Shelley Jackson, Dale, was apt, Karina Andrea. Miles High is there, Speedbird 77W. Miles High is there, Carlo, Henk Brusenk, Kev Bailey, Tony Johnson, Notlop, Thorpid, Palmit, Keith B, Gaz, Mike Frost, Scott Keith, Tangy, Chris, Amanda Brett, Boo-hoo, is in 80th place, Sarah T, Chris Madge, Don Curry, Universal Exports, giving us some great words earlier on as well. Thank you very much to you, sir. Alf and Sue, Tracy H, Tom, Michael, Ian Shaw, Vince G, James Webb, Turbo, James Parkhouse, Andy McClure, Craig White, Neil, Jamie Reese, David, the Mint Man. Oh, is that David Bone, the Mint Man? Hey, no! James B. All right, there you go, Jilly. Okay, so we'll take that back and we are ready for the next batch of questions. Andy Jennings, Young Joe and Rick Van Nort. In tons, what is the cargo capacity of the A330-200 freighter? In tons, what is the cargo capacity, folks, of the A330-200 freighter? Is it 45 to 55 tons, 65 to 70, or 80 to 95 tons? And of course, some carriers will differ depending upon their configurations, but in general, taken from the Airbus freighter, Airbus A330-200 freighter specifications, what is, in tons, the maximum cargo capacity of the A330-200 freighter? 45 to 55 tons, 65 to 70 tons, or 80 to 95 tons? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting has now closed. 136 people getting it right. I think there might have been a few Googlers going on there, but congratulations if you got that right. 136 versus 31 people answering the first 45 to 55, 53 people answering 80 to 95. Indeed, it is correct. 136 people are answering correctly. 65 to 70 tons is the cargo capacity of the A330-200 freighter, and that's the one that we see with Qatar on a regular basis in London Heathrow, and no doubt we will again soon, hopefully. Okay, next question, GP. Question 12 of 36. Hello, Chachi. What does LEAP stand for? L-E-A-P. Engine, the engine manufacturer, the name LEAP. Is it leading edge aviation propulsion, leading elevation aviation propulsion, or leading edge aviation propellers? What does LEAP stand for? LEAP is the engine that they use on the Neo aircraft, folks, on the A320 and 321 Neo, as well as the A220 as well. Is it leading edge aviation propulsion, leading elevation aviation propulsion, or is it leading edge aviation propellers? And of course, I'm wrong there. It is the LEAP is not on the A220. It is actually the Pratt & Whitney PW 1900G. But anyway, The LEAP, what does LEAP stand for? Manufactured by GE and Safran. There we go, time is up. 49 people answering the leading edge aviation propellers. 38 people answering leaping elevation. Well, that's the second one that's wrong, and it's easy for you to say. But the correct answer, of course, leading edge aviation propulsion. There we go. And that doesn't mean the leading edge of it's the leading edge of aviation propulsion. So that's what they're basically claiming there with General Electric. And I think it's possibly Safran who are the other company involved with that. 133 people getting that right. Okay, what's up next then, Jilly? Okay, question 13 of 36. As well as France, Germany and the United Kingdom, who is the fourth country involved with the Airbus program? Is it Spain, Italy or Poland? As well as France, Germany and the United Kingdom, who is the fourth country involved with the Airbus program? Is it Spain, Italy or Poland? You answer that one, Chachi? Oh, he's got very powery, isn't he? Read that one. Read that one. Say hello, everybody. Go on, say hello, everybody. Go on. There. Put your little feet there. Look. Put your little feet there. Put your feet there. Hello, everybody. My name's Archie. Okay. It did. It did. Okay, there we go. Who is the fourth group? And it is, of course, Spain. 53 people answering Italy, 8 people answering Poland. It is Spain who is the fourth country involved with, along with France, Germany and the UK, with the Airbus program. And I think, if I'm right in saying that Spain is the empennage, the back end of the aircraft. Remember that for future, folks. I might be wrong there. I think France is the front end of the aircraft, as in the cockpit section, and the section behind that. Then Germany is the midsection with the fairings. Of course, UK is the wings, and Spain, I believe, is the empennage section at the back. So there we go. 161 people answering that correctly. What are we doing next, Gilly? Have we got another question? Go for it. Question 14 of 36. What is the wingspan of the A350, folks? What is the wingspan of the Airbus A350? Just talking about the wings. Now this is the all-across wingspan, including the fuselage, right the way from wingtip to wingtip. And then it does include the blended wingtips that are on the A350 wing as well. Same wing on the A350 1000 as it is on the 900. And what is the wingspan of the A350? 201 feet, 212 feet, or 214 feet? So the wingspan of the A350, 201 feet, 212 feet, or 214 feet. Somebody asking for metric there. Chris, trouble. Yeah, I think yeah, a bit of a tricky one that. I will next time I will put up metrics. My apologies for that, because I know a lot of the Americans. Well, no, actually, no. I mean, I don't think they do. I think the Europeans do metric. The US do feet and inches. But I personally prefer, in the building game, I always used to use yeah, we will put both in future. My apologies for that, anybody, all you metric folks out there. I should have put the metric equivalent down there. What is the wingspan of the A350? 128 people answering the correct answer, which is 212 feet. 18 people with 201 and 77 people answering 214. Not much in it, you know, a couple of feet. You're talking about that much basically. But anyway, 128 people getting that right. Okay, GP, I'm ready for, what are we doing next? Have we got a question or a quick fire or what? Okay, here we go. Question 15 of 36. What is the most common alloy used in the construction of aircraft? Okay, quite an interesting one. Steel, copper, or is it aluminium? What is the most common alloy used in the construction of aircraft? Is it steel, copper, or aluminium? That's a quick fire round, folks, and your time is up. And of course, the majority of you getting that right, 187 people answering correctly, that indeed it is aluminium, 10 people saying steel, and 4 people saying copper. I do remember in the past having listened to a couple of people saying, look at that beautiful aircraft, all that amazing amount of steel, how does it get off the ground? Well, it wouldn't do if it was made of steel, of course. But anyway, there we go. Lightweight alloys used, and one of them, of course, is aluminum, if you want it in American, or aluminium in the UK, or aluminium in French. But anyway, there we go. Congratulations if you got that answer right. We are ready for the next one. What's up next, GP? Here we go. Okay, leaderboard coming up, folks. Loading was. Oh, look at that, Rick Van Noort. He's up there. Oh, young Joe. He's holding steady. Ruckford is. Ruckford was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He was in 6th. He's come up from 6th. Tommy Ernst. Look at this. Tommy Ernst is doing his own work. He knows his stuff anyway. Big Joe is up there as well in 5th place. Ken Kibbin. Where did he come from? Did Ken Kibbin? No, Ken Kibbin wasn't in the top 7 last time. Let's just have a look. And Mark is up there in 7th place. He's dropped 1 position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, Mark has stayed in 7th place since the last round. So congratulations, Mark. Let's look at the differences in the scores here. The scores on the doors. I can't scroll up, GP. I can't scroll up. Can't scroll up. What's going on? There we go. 1,271 versus 1,178 for young Joe and Rick Van Noort. The difference there. So nearly 100 points difference. So Rick Van Noort really doing a masterful run there. Antonio, Alex D, Andy Jennings, Golf Foxtrot, Dom Tucker, Dane Grayson, John Carley, Richard Faulkner, Paul MK still there with a chance. Beezy, Ashley and Katie, they've come up from nowhere. Don't remember seeing them playing mad. Chris Archie back up in the 20th place now. Scappy 70, OMG Aviation, Easy Sam 23rd, Scott Keith, Henk Brusink, Dennis Zwigman, Group 51, Thorpig J, Sean Sam Beck in 31st place. Sam, what's happened, mate? Keith B, Judy Chaston, Ashley Sparrowhawk, Ian W, Alan's getting jiggy with it, still in 36th place. Andy, Sarah T, DeFlyer is there. DeFlyer, remember you from last week. In fact, I think DeFlyer, from memory, was 1, 2, 3. He was in 4th place last week, DeFlyer. So you got some ground to make up, my old son. Maybe joined a little bit. Is that Hammer B? It's Hammer B, isn't it? Yeah, Hammer B. Come on, son. Karina, Karina, Weevil, blimey, Weevil was in 2nd place. What you been down to the shops, mate? Av Geeks, Neil, Andy McClure, John Morton, or Yawn Morton, Barry Rodaway, DAO, Chris Dale, Chris Tyler, Laura Speedbird 77, Tony Johnson, TCC, Michael K, Kevin, Boohoo, Tangy, Chris and Tom. Keith Cornell's down in 60th. What's happening, Keith? Did you drop off, fella? Or did something explode in the toilet? Tom, Jose, Tangy, Heleno, C, his screen went off. Oh, gutted. Oh, unlucky Keith. But there we go. And I've just seen David Edwards. Right. Okay, GP, I'm ready for the next round of questions. Codes, the quick fire question, folks. The quick fire question. Get ready, get ready. After every leaderboard, yeah? Okay. Quick fire question. 16 of 36, folks. Here we go. How many engines does the AN225 Maria have? Quickly, quickly, quickly now, quickly. 4, 6 or 8 engines. How many engines does the AN225, the Antonov AN225 Maria have? Is it 4, 6 or 8? Quickly. 138 people answering correctly there. You guys are quick, man. You guys are quick. 28 people saying 4 engines. 8 people saying 23. Of course, 138 people answering correctly with 6 engines on that beautiful big jet that we were exclusively invited to on board with Big Jet TV and can be seen on our channel, Big Jet TV AN225 at it was the ILA Berlin show, the ILA Berlin show where we managed to catch up with them. But indeed, you got that right, 138 people, 6 engines on the AN225. And she needs every single one of them. So there we go. Next question, please, Julie. Question 17 of 36. Which airline currently holds the record for the longest non-stop flight? Which airline currently holds the record for the longest non-stop flight? Is it Virgin Atlantic, British Airways or Qantas? Virgin Atlantic, British Airways or Qantas holding the record for the longest non-stop flight. The reason why we made the quick fires 10 seconds, folks, is because they are relatively simple. We've separated the easiest ones into, but we'll take on board what you're saying, and we maybe add on another 5 seconds or something. Make it 15 seconds on the next show. That's why we've got so few of them, basically. Which airline currently holds the record for the longest non-stop flight? Is it Virgin Atlantic, British Airways or Qantas? Richard C, please do not put the answers in the chat. Really appreciate it if you didn't, my friend. 185 people answering correctly, Qantas. 23 people saying British Airways and Virgin Atlantic coming in. 10 people saying that, of course. 185 people. Longest non-stop flight is, of course, London Heathrow to Perth, I think it is. Is that right? Am I right in saying that? Okay. Right. Anyway, there we go. So we are ready for the next question, GP. Number 18. So we are halfway through, folks. We're halfway through after this one. Question 18 of 36. What engine does the 737 NG use? Now, we talked about this the other day. NG being the not the Max, but the most up-to-date 737. All 737s are fitted with this engine. Is it the CFM 46, the CFM 56, or the CFM CFM 46, CFM 56, or the CFM 66? That's okay, Richard C. Thank you very much indeed. So, which engine does the Boeing 737 NG use? Remember the 737 with the squared off bottom of the engine? The engine cowl is squared off for ground clearance, and also, I believe, also for aerodynamic purposes as well, for airflow. It's not just for ground clearance, but also for airflow. But just understand that as soon as the aircraft comes down, okay, here we go. 2, 1. Time is up, and the answer is, of course, CFM 56. A few people answering the 66, and of course a few people answering 46 as well. But indeed, it is the CFM 56, one of the most commonly used engines in the world of aviation, I believe I'm right in saying, because the Boeing 737, before the A320 came on stream, really massively mainstream market. But of course the A320 also powered by the CFM 56 engine as well, so not all of them are powered by the CFM 56, of course. Other engines are used on the Boeing 737 as well, like the IAE engine, the which is International Aero Engines, used by the British Airways old original Airbus A320 and 321 and 318 CEO fleet. But there we go, 167 correct answers. The CFM 56. There we go. Next question, please, GP. Question 9 at 36. I say that. What was the first commercial passenger jet to be made by Boeing? What was the first commercial passenger jet to be made by Boeing? Was it the 707, the 717, or the 727? A lot of aviation people are going to know this. What was the first commercial passenger jet to be made by Boeing? 230 people have now answered this question. Oi. Cracking, isn't it? Tommy Ernst, damn, I messed this one up. Hey, Tommy Ernst has messed one up. What did you put, son? 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. He messed it up. Tommy messed it up. Were you one of the ones that pressed number 2, the 717, mate? 197 people correctly answering. Indeed, of course, the first commercial passenger jet that Boeing made was the 707. Later developing the 720, but that was after the 727 came on stream, and then of course the Boeing 747 as well. But the 707 was the first transatlantic commercial passenger jet aircraft made by the Boeing Aircraft Company. But congratulations if you are correct on that one. Next question, please, Jenny. Question 20 of 36. What is the part called on the front of the wing that moves forward for takeoff and landing? What is the component, the part called on the front of the wing that moves forward for takeoff and landing? Is it flaps, slats, or elevons? So what is the part called on the front of the wing that moves forward for takeoff and landing? And in fact, that picture behind you that you can see there of that 777 lining up at Manchester Airport, you can see them quite clearly on the front there, on the leading edge of the wing there. They are the leading edge flaps, slats, or elevons. And there is a common term used, when they're making sure that they have been extended. So we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Activate! There you go. And it is, of course, the slats. Flaps and slats are what are activated, or should I say extended downwards for takeoff at different angles for the flaps, but the slats are generally extended in one position. Maybe on some aircraft they have a number of different positions, I'm not sure. Well, actually, I'm going to correct myself on that one because yes, they do have multiple positions. Because I've seen during different stages of descent, the slats will move forward initially, and then as the pilot increases the flap on the back of the wing, the slat will then extend further. So basically, the flap and slat will move in increments together. Hope I got that right. So there we go. The front part of the wing that moves is the slats, and that is 144 people. Got that correct. Question number 21, please, GP. Oh, leaderboard. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Oh, look, Rick Van Noort's still there. Big Joe has come from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th up to 2nd. So I'm going to put RVN. Big Joe. Cool, man. Is he a big lad? Oh, look at Tommy Ernst. Oh, Tom, if you had got that other one right, you might have been up there. Oh, look, Antonio Evora. That's brilliant. She or he wasn't anywhere. Well, when I say wasn't anywhere, but wasn't there on the leaderboard anyway. Alex D. Oh, look. GBYGF is in 6th place, and Andy Jennings. It's great the way it changes as well. Let me just write that down. Okay, so that's the 4th leaderboard. Let's just have a little scroll down and see who's dropped. Young Joe, and of course Young Joe was, I believe, 2nd place. So he must have got distracted or something like that. Mark, Richard Faulkner, Beezy, Ken Kibben, OMG Aviation has made a good move up to 13th place. Don Tucker as well. Ashley and Katie up there in 15th place. Ruckford, Sam Beck, he's creeping up the board. Old Sam Beck, he's got hold of the baton a bit late, but he's making his way he's coming up through the field. Thorpit, wow, Thorpit, haven't seen you there. Well done. AEJ, is that our Jay? Is that our man out in Ord? Oh, okay, Jay is there. Paul MK, Dane Grayson, that's the cat. What do you want? What do you want? Hold on a minute. Pardon? What do you want? Ashley Sparrowhawk, Archie, 23rd place. The Flyer, there we go. There's our man in 24th place. Julie Chaston, Jorn Morton, Av Geeks, Scappy 70, Neil, Easy Son, in 30th place, well done. 30th place, sorry. Barry Rodaway, Group 51 UK, Dennis Zwiegerman, 33rd place. Henk Brusenk there, Keith B, Tom, John Carley, Andy, Jose, Plain Mag, Chris, Sarah T. Oi, do you go out? Do you go out? No. Andy McClure, Speedbird 77W, Matt McKeer, Tony Johnson, Gaz, Glenn, Carlo, Johnny Baseline, Odin Viking, 52nd place. David Edwards, Neil, Chris Tyler, Tangy Chris down there. Odette Stevens hanging in there in 58th place. Well done, Odette. TC's okay, TC in 59th place. Timmy Toothpicks is there. Hey, boo-hoo. Scott Keith, Sean, Gary Allen's getting jiggy with it. He's a little bit further down the board. Stuart Kenny, and more people. Cy, Miles High, Karina Andrea, Ian Shaw, Diesel 13, Ian Morgan, Vince G, Laura, Turbo, Wazapt, Craig White, Michael K, Mike Frost even, and let's go down to 100th, Jilly, if we can, or is that the no, Tracy H, Tony Hayes, Keith Coventry, Hoggy, Storm Gray is there, g'day Storm Gray, Steve C, Kev Bailey, Won't You Come Home, Heleno, Luca, Speedberg 09, Simon Harris, A, Amanda Brett, Justin W, Michael, James Parkhouse, Ian W, and Martin Slater bringing up the rear. There we go. Universal Exports, man. You were quite a long way up there earlier on, dropped to 103rd place. But there we go. You learn something new every day. So take us to the next question, Jilly. Oh, quick fire video round. Here we go, folks. Quick fire video round. Get ready for this. And make sure you watch this. Okay, it's not specifically the aircraft that we're going to ask questions about. Look at all the surroundings, everything around the video. Don't look around the eyes, look into the eyes. Quick fire round. Watch the following video carefully. The question will follow the video. You will then have 10 seconds. And click that. Anhedral wing, of course. That's the most... wow, that was a bit of a flexy landing. Wow, look at that, man. Look at that. No way, dude. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, man. That's why we love the way. Okay, here we go. Quick one. Here we go. Question 21 of 36. Is this it? Is this it? Name the airport, folks. Name the airport where we were then. Quickly, hurry up, ready, and go. Was it Stansted, Manchester, or Gatwick? Stansted, Manchester, or Gatwick. We were at 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 15 people were saying Stansted, 19 saying Gatwick, and of course 139 of you folks getting it right at Manchester, of course. That was a wet day. If you remember, we played that show out a little while ago, actually, with the IL-76 that came into Manchester. So that is the correct answer. 139 people answering correctly for Manchester. And well done if you did. Okay, let's go for question number 22, GP. Oh. What is the primary colour for Aerolíneas Argentinas? What is the primary colour, their logo, their livery that is, for Aerolíneas Argentinas? Is it red, blue or yellow? Red, blue or yellow? What is the primary colour for Aerolíneas Argentinas? Is it red, blue or yellow? Was there a video delay there? Right, okay. Okay. What is the primary colour for Aerolíneas Argentinas? Red, blue or yellow? 177 people getting it correct there. If there's spelling mistakes, if there's a spelling mistake, then so be it, folks. That's what happens generally in life. You get spelling mistakes, but there we go. We're not all perfect, and I'm sure you've made a spelling mistake once or twice in your life. So what is the primary? Is that the wrong spelling for primary there, Gillian? For Aerolíneas... Aerolíneas. Okay, well I copied that from the actual Aerolíneas Argentinas page, so they got it wrong then. 177 people correctly spelling it, saying that it is blue, of course. And that's another aircraft that we saw at Madrid, if you remember, folks. We saw that in Madrid with their A330, I think it was. Beautiful aircraft. So good to see those rare jets wherever we go on our travels with Big Jet TV. So there we go. We are ready for the next question, Jilly. Feed 2. Question 23, 36. What is inside the nose cone or the radome of most commercial jets? Is it the radio, Is it the pizza oven or is it the radar? What is inside the nose cone? That bit there, folks, the nose, that's what gives it away. What's inside there? What's behind the nose cone? Is it the radio, the pizza oven, or the radar? Cat's just answered it. What did you say? What did you say it was? Did you say pizza oven? I'm not letting you out, Chachi, because you were out till flipping 11:30 last night. Just because you wait for that rat to come out, aren't you? What's inside the nose cone of most commercial jets? Is it the radio, pizza oven, or radar? Who said pizza oven? Hey! 2 people said pizza oven. And just for a laugh, yeah, of course. 8 people say the radio. 210 people answering correctly that indeed it was and is the radar set. Mainly it is weather radar, because obviously that's the bit that has to look forward and see all of everything that's in front of it. So it is imperative that it sees, it scans the horizon in front of it for bad weather, weather clouds and systems that might be on their way towards the aircraft to upset it, for turbulence and so on and so forth. So the pilots will get a lot of pre-warning of weather ahead of them, although sometimes, in fact all of the time, if they get a bumpy ride at 380, for example, they will radio down to whichever tower they're at, letting the communications folks know, so that when the next aircraft comes in behind it, they warn him that there is a bumpy ride at 380, so that they can pre-warn them and try, if they can, to either climb above it or maybe climb or go down below it or divert around it, whichever way they want to. But correctly answering there, the radar is fitted inside the nose cone of most commercial jets. We are ready for question number 24. Question 24 of 36, sir. What's the matter? Okay, what is the primary part used to get an aircraft airborne once it reaches V2? Think about this one, folks. What is the primary part used to get an aircraft airborne once it reaches V2? So that's the rotate point. Engines, elevators, or flaperons. So when an aircraft is trundling past us, and we've seen it many, many times before, what is the one part that we see moving ever so slightly, not very much indeed, that moves to get the aircraft engine in the air? Is it the engines, is it the elevators, or is it the flaperons? So it seems a few people are going to have to get used to reading quickly, or have they got maybe smaller devices? 2 seconds, 1 second, 0. Time's up. It is, of course, the elevators. Of course, the engines will be the primary part that gets the aircraft to that point of V2, because they are the part of the aircraft that create all the thrust and forward motion of the aircraft to get it to V2. V1 and then V2. V2 is actually the rotate point. 17 people saying flaperons. Of course, flaperons are only used on a delta wing aircraft generally, elevons I'm thinking of there, sorry. Flaperons are the 2 larger flaps that are behind the larger engines on, say, the 777 and the 747 Dreamliner and so on and so forth. You see them rise up. They sometimes are in an up position, and then they go down to a neutral position, and then they'll rise up a little bit more, dependent upon the parameters that are being set by the pilots. But 155 people correctly answering there the elevators. And of course, when we're particularly on runway 27 right at London Heathrow, and we'll show one of these shows again soon, but you'll see it. And I say watch the elevators, and he only pulls the elevator up ever so slightly. And of course, if you put your hand out of the car when it's moving, and obviously do this very, very carefully and make sure there's no trees or post boxes around when you're doing it, just put your hand out of the window like that and move your hand up and down like that. And if you go like that, your hand will go up, and if you go down like that, your hand. So you're basically creating a flap out of your hand, basically. And it is amazing that even if you're travelling at a very low speed of say 20 or 30 mile an hour, you put your hand out of the window and you do that, it will go like that. So you think of a big elevator on an aircraft wing or on a stabiliser, then you get an idea of how easy it is for that aircraft to take off and create lift. And once that lift is, once all the aerodynamics are sorted out on the wing, the aircraft will naturally fly like a bird. Okay, we're ready. Question number 25, GP. What are we up to next? Question 25 of 36. What is the main airline of Spain? Get ready. Is it Air Spain, Espinosa, or Iberia? We should have done this as a quickfire, really. But there you go. Not everyone knows. What is the main airline of Spain, folks? Is it Air Spain? Sorry if there's an airline called Air Spain. Espinosa or Iberia? Answer your question carefully and in time. Not going out, Archie. Where is he? Where is he? What's this? 1 second. Time is up. And of course, the answer is Iberia. Who answered Air Spain? And what is Espinosa? I think I made that up. But anyway, there we go. 209 people. Iberia, of course, folks. And that's something that we're used to seeing in Madrid, when we go out to Madrid. Of course, flying into London Heathrow, they've been using their A350 recently. Of course, the beautiful Iberia A346 that we're used to seeing as well. And of course the A320 that they bring in as well. But when we're in Madrid, we of course see all of their beautiful fleets of aircraft 330s as well as their retros. We've seen a couple of ATR 72s with the retro livery on their aircraft, and of course the lawn darts as well that we see regularly. 209 people answering correctly there. That Spain, the main airline of Spain, is Iberia. What are we doing next, Jilly? Okay, here we go, folks. Leaderboard coming up. Okay, let's have a little look here then. Right, in the last one, Rick Van Noort's still there. Big Joe. Oh, Tommy Ernst. Look at Tommy Ernst. Yeah, there's a big fight going on. They're all rumbling around on the floor here. 2187-2022. Tommy, you're nearly there, son. 2007 for Golf Foxtrot. Alex D is there. OMG Aviation, he's made his way up into the top 7. Ken Kibben, he's still there. Oh, actually, no, Ken Kibben. Let's just see. He was there. Oh, no, he's come back into the top 7. And Antonio Evora has dropped, but is still there in 7th place. But hold on a minute, let me just write these down, actually, because RVN, Tommy Ernst, Golf Foxtrot, Alex D, OMG Aviation, and Ken Kibben, and Antonio Evora. Well done to all of you folks. Let's just have a little scroll down and have a little look and see what else is going on. Dom Tucker's there, Andy Jennings, Ashley and Katie. Wow, doing very well indeed. Ashley and Katie up in the top 10 now. Young Joe, need to pick up the pace a bit, son, because Young Joe was in second place after rounds 2 and 3. So mate, you definitely need to pick up the pace there a bit, my old son. Beezy is there, Ruckford, Big Joe is there, Paul MK, and Big Joe as well was right up there. He was second place after the third round. Archie's there, Archie's coming up through the ranks. Av Geeks is there, Jay, Easy Sad, Sam Beck, Dennis Weedman, Richard Faulkner, Tom, Mark, Barry Rodaway, Jose, Dane Grayson, Ashley Sparrowhawk. Who else have we got? The Flyer, he's there in 30th place. Group 51, Neil, Andy, Glenn, Gaz, Odin, Viking, Scappy, John Carley, Mustafa Tingwala. Mustafa Tingwala wasn't there on the last one. So congratulations to you, Mustafa, in 38th place. Tony Johnson, Henk Busek, Graham Wild, Thorpid, Jon Morton, David Edwards, Judy Chaston, Tingy Chris, or even Tangy Chris, Speedbird 77W, Timmy Toothpicks is there in 49th place, bringing up the top 50. Sean, Johnny Baseline, Odette is there, still hanging in there in 52nd place. Where's Scotty? Odette, Carlo, Andy McClure, Keith B, Sarah T, Ian Short, Ryan Russell, Neil, Alan's getting jiggy with it in 60th place. Cy, Karina, Andrea, Weevil. Weevil was right up there right at the beginning as well. Weevil was in second place. What happened, Weevil? Matt McKeer, Dale in 65th place. Vince G in 66th place. Yes, congratulations to all you folks who are doing so well, and thank you for joining in as well. So here we go then, Jilly. Is this the final countdown? Is this the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? No, we've got 2 more rounds to go before we are on the quick fire picture round, folks. Quick fire picture round. Get your fingers ready. Look at this. It's a quick fire picture round. Get ready and look very intensely at the picture, folks. Look very intensely at the picture. Name the airline, quickly. Name that airline. Austrian, Virgin Australia or Qantas. Austrian, Virgin Australia or Qantas. That's all you get. Time is up. 123 people, 51 people saying Austrian. You see what I mean, Gilly? I knew that one would catch a few people out. 14 people saying Qantas. Virgin Australia is the correct answer, of course. 123 people answering that. So that might sort the wheat from the chaff on the next leaderboard. Okay, we'll go to question number 27. Of course, the Virgin Australia 777s is something that we love to see when we're out in Los Angeles, and hopefully they'll still be there when we go there next time. So, question number 27, please, Jilly. How many Airbus A350-1000s are operational with Virgin Atlantic? How many A350-1000s are operational with Virgin Atlantic? And that's as of today, folks. 4, 5 or 6. That's not on order. It's how many are operational. 4, 5 or 6. See that turn. Yeah, you got the full thing in there, haven't you? Oh, blimey, hold on, mate. I've got to put the power up on that. The camera's just about to go dead. Good job I did that. Flipping it. Say it then, Dad. Just walked in front of the camera as well. You stupid boy! Okay, how many Airbus A350-1000 are operating with Virgin Atlantic? 4, 5 or 6? Hurry up! Come along! I need your answers! Time is up. Oh, look at that! Oh my goodness me! Wow! Wow! Hope we got that right. Oh, there we go. They've got 5. One's in storage and 4 are operational. That's how many Airbus 350-1000 are operational with Virgin Atlantic. 76 people saying 4 and 76 people saying 5. 65 people saying 6. So a bit of a controversial answer there. But yes, indeed, they do have... In their fleet they have 5, but only 4 are operational. 1 is in storage. So there we go. Airbus 350-1000s with Virgin Atlantic. Okay, next question please, GP. What is the main airline of Colombia, folks? What is the main airline of Colombia? Is it LATAM, Avianca, or Colombia Airlines? You've got 1 minute to answer this question. What is the main airline of Colombia? The country of Colombia. LATAM, Avianca, or Colombian Airlines? Oh, look, people saying I answered that in 1.39 seconds. OMG Aviation. He's going to be up there, isn't he? Look, he's down there in 5th place. He's creeping up the leaderboard. He wants that t-shirt. What is the main airline of Colombia? LATAM, Avianca, or Colombian Airlines? Colombia Airlines, sorry. Say it again. It's good, this, isn't it? You have 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. And of course it is Avianca. Of course we're used to seeing them all over the place when we fly around the world to bring our members exclusive entertainment. It is of course Avianca is the main airline of Colombia. So congratulations if you got that right. 43 people saying LATAM. Of course LATAM is Brazil. Colombia Airlines, there may have once been an airline called Colombia Airlines, but have I spelt Colombia wrong? Is it COLO? Okay. I told you I was useless at school. I told you, didn't I? And this goes to show how unique these questions are, because I'm getting them all wrong in terms of their spelling. So forgive me, folks. You know, we're all human, man. We're all human. We've all made bleeding. It's remember when I put the Golf Echo up for the Concorde and I spelled it GOLF. But anyway, there we go. Oh! But anyway, congratulations if you answered that. 145 people answering correctly. It was Avianca. So there we go. Question number 29, please, Julie. Thank you. Question 29 of 36. Which country do Estelar fly for? And I know I got this right. Which country do Estelar fly for? Brasilia, Chile, or Venezuela? There we go. Which country do Estelar? That gives you long enough time to Google it, folks. Copy and paste it even. Oh, you can't, can you? But which country do Estelar fly for? Is it Brazil, Chile, or Venezuela? Oh, AVC trip report saying there is a LATAM Colombia, I think. Oh, well, okay. No, it's not the main airline. The main airline for Colombia, I said. The main airline for Colombia, the registered airline. You know, there's, it's like, yeah. The main flag carrier, I should have said, if you want to be anal about it. Time's up, folks. Venezuela. 131 people answering that correctly. 57 people saying Chile. 31 people saying Brasilia. But indeed, it is 131 people correctly answering. It is Venezuela. Another aircraft that we saw, I think we saw an A340-300 at Madrid, Estelar. Very, very basic livery, just the name and a big E on the back. But for me, that's quality. I don't mind. I don't mind it when someone just throws on a logo. It just looks pretty cool to me. I love all types of liveries, but that looked pretty retro. Looked like an old DC-8, which is, as you know, my favourite aircraft. But there we go. Congratulations if you answered that correctly. Venezuela is in fact the Estelar's Venezuela. Estelar flies for Venezuela. It's a Venezuelan carrier, should I say? Is that flag carrier? I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't think it is. Anyway, but anyway, there we go. Question number 30, please, Jilly. What does ETOPS stand for, folks? Now, we've all seen this and we've all discussed this before. What does ETOPS stand for? Extended Range Twin Engine Operational Performance Standards, Extended Range Operational Performance Standards, or Extended Range Twin Engine Operational Performance Systems? You're all Googling away, aren't you? I can see you quickly. What is this? ETOPS, ETOPS, what does ETOPS stand for? Oh, there we go, I've got the right answer. Bing! But, of course, getting the right answer is one thing. Getting it right in the speed, in the time, is what it's all about. Oh, OMG says, I think I've gone down got two wrong in this batch. OMG, oh, he's just going to be creeping around there on the top of the... But you never know, mate. Maybe the others did as well. We've got Rick Van Noort. Of course, we've got Tommy Ernst. Better write those down. Oh, there we go. Time's up, folks. And of course it is, well, I say of course, but it is Extended Range Twin Engine Operational Performance Standards. 120 people getting that correct, 69 people being caught out by the third answer. But the right one, of course, is Extended Range Twin Engine Operational Performance Standard. All aircraft, all international flying aircraft have to be rated for ETOPS, which basically means if you're halfway across the Atlantic and you lose an engine, it's the maximum range that your aircraft is able to fly on one engine before it reaches an airport. And that's something you can read up on. And I believe the Rolls-Royce, the XWB engine, currently holding the record for ETOPS at the moment, and really impressive how they did that. I have to say, stripped down an entire engine, ran it for something like 15,000 hours, unbalanced the shafts as well, so the engine was running with a certain amount of vibration, stripped the whole thing down, and then it was certified for maximum ETOPS range. So congratulations if you got that right. Look on the front of undercarriage bay doors, folks. You'll see sometimes there's ETOPS written on the undercarriage bay door. Look out for that next time you're watching Big Jet TV. So there we go. Question, what's up next, GP? Okay, we are on the penultimate leaderboard, folks. So here we go, here we go. Okay. And here it is. Oh, Rick Van Noort is still there. Tommy Ernst is still second. And Golf Foxtrot. Yes, yeah, the top three. Rick Van Noort, Tommy Ernst and Golf Foxtrot still holding it. Let's just look at the position in terms of... It's quite a split in terms of numbers there. Ashley and Katie, look at that. Look at that. Up to 4th, Antonio. From 7th, Evora. And Don Tucker. Well done, Dom. Up to 6th place. And OMG Aviation. He was indeed right, wasn't he? He's gutted. He's gutted. Because he missed out on a couple of questions there. Got it a little bit slow. But there we go. Yes. Yeah. Dropped from 21st to 42nd, worst round so far for Dennis ZW. Ken Gibbon. Jose's gone up as well. Andy Jennings, Big Joe, still there. Big Joe and Young Joe right next to each other. Easy, son. There's Hammer B in 14th place. See, Hammer B, all you need is a couple of really good quick ones. That's what it's all about. The next round. Go all out, folks. Go all out for the quick question. You've got to be really get ready for it. Get ready for it. Arshy's there in 15th place, Group 51. Henk Busek, Graham Wild, Rutford, Av Geeks, BZ, my apologies, Mustafa Tinwala, up to 22nd, Tangy, Krish, Ashley, Sparrowhawk, Dane Grayson, one of ours, Alex D, Scappy 70, Carlo, Judy Chaston, one of ours, Plain Mad Chris, as well as Tommy Toothpicks, Glenn, Paul MK, Speedbird 77, Andy, Barry Rodway, Gaz, Thorpid, Jay, Neil, Sam Beck. In 41st, Sam, what happened today, mate? Dennis Zweigman, Tom, Tony Johnson. I think Sam might be giving a few people a chance because he won the T-shirt last week. Matt Makia, Odin Viking, Sean is there. What happened there? I was scrolling. Okay, oh dear, okay. Rene Corti, Cass there, Jiggy's with it. Jiggy's only dropped a couple of seconds. Johnny, Baseline, TCC, Turbo, A, Rene Corti, Cass, Keith B, Chris Tyler, Sarah T, James Webb, Heleno, David Edwards, Gary, bringing up the rear. Weevil, wow, Weevil, what's happened, man? Karina, Andrea, Tracy H, Tony Hayes, Spencer Blackhurst, Scott and Brenda. Brenda in 85th. Hey, well done, guys. Mark Costigan, Jas Hartley, Mars High, one of ours. Diesel 1313, I think he's one of ours. Universal Exports is there as well. Speedbird 009, Martin Slater, Taylor, Matty Tate Frost, one of ours. James Parkhouse, was apt. So many of our members here in the which is pretty obvious anyway. Steve James, Shelley Jackson, Mark 747, Jamie and Sammy, Amanda, Brett, Michael, Stone Grey, Aviation Talk, Hoggy, Pearson Spotter. Is that Edwards Pearson? Is it? Possibly. Keith Coventry, Simon Harris, Scott Heisey, Notlob, JBB, Danny, Adam Hogan, Stuart Kennedy, all these guys, Chris Madge, Cecil, Chris, Mike, Yankee 1-2, Nick and Nacky Noodle, Nicky Nacky Noodle, Kevin Bailey, Jackie, Steve C, Ian Wilson, TikTok John in 124th place. Doesn't matter, mate, it's all about the taking part. James Little, Brian D, William B, got football next to his name, Redders, Dave C, James C, Eric Cooper, Ian W, Alison Baker, Jonathan Scouse Mouse 82, Paul M, Melissa D. Scouse Mouse did pretty well last week from memory. EKP, Debs, Jack Palmer, Kerry Fino is there. Hello, Kerry. Wayne, Angela Cooper, Andy 54, Spencer, Scott Keith, Simon, Claire, A380 Lover, Simon Harding, Paul H. Parmit, Carol Pittman, Jazzy, Gary Hobson, Just Den, Laura, Finn, Aviation Photo, Faz, Western 1015, Liam Anshaw, Dylan, Craig Whitmore is there. Craig Whitmore in 164th. Blimey, mate. What happened? Can M, Jorge El Kilo, Maria Farugia, Emmy Rue, good day to you. Craig and Aidan. Oh, is it? What? Mariah. Did I say Maria? Okay. Paul Skilling 83. Hank is there, Ange and Rosie, Tom Smith, Megan Goodchild, John, Tracy Cam, PWA, Gary, Martin and Sarah, Phil Drill, The Real Mahoney, I think that is Kevin, Reggie, Ryan Davis, Adam Easter, Kathy Collis, Kelly, Keith Cornell is down there in 188th place. Don't worry about it, mate. It's all about the taking part. Nelly B, the Frisian Stallion, down there in 190th, bringing up the 200. Swifty, Karen Corcoran, Mooney 31, Andrew Lynham, Nick McNair again, Sheraz, Wing, Gary Bennett, Rad Such, Stefan, Razalaf. Yeah, these folks have all joined late, which is why they're low down. So folks, don't worry, next week you'll get a good chance. Boeing 744, Richard C. Scott in, Rob P. Allen, and Sailor Mike there, Speedbird 001, Chicky, Don Curry, Usman. I think the bar, Jilly, the coloured bar means how many they've answered. Yeah, oh, that's the points, is it? Okay. Daddy Pig. So there we go, Jilly. I'll let you take that back to the top. So here we go, folks. This is the final. Is it the final countdown? Is it the last 5 questions? Is it? Da, 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 da. Okay, 6 more questions, folks. Da, 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 da. Quick fire round. Get ready, folks. Here we go. Quick fire round. It's a quick fire round video. Watch the video, folks. Just watch the video. It's a question about the aircraft that we're going to be answering. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Filmed in Milan, Malpensa. Oh, she's a beauty. Boeing 747-8. Pure freighter with Nippon cargo. Here comes the question, folks. Get ready. Ain't she a beauty? Okay, here we go. Question 31 and 36. In tons, what is the maximum loading capacity of this 747-8F? You have 10 seconds, 113, 123 or 133 tons, folks. It's all about the quick. Time's up. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's people just going bang, bang, bang. But I think what we've got to do is maybe give them a few more seconds, GP, next time, because that was quick, wasn't it? And that's a pretty technical question, that. Yeah, but the quick fires are normally for the easy ones, aren't they? But that wasn't easy. That was like, not a lot of people, in fact. Sorry, I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that unless of course, I googled it, which I did. But anyway, there we go, folks. Congratulations. Mike Dinning saying had to answer it before the video. Okay, we'll have to check that, Jilly. We'll have to. We'll have to look into that, folks. Obviously, this is only our second time doing this, so there might be a few little gremlins that we need to get through for the next week's quiz. So there we go. That's question number 31. Indeed, 133 tons, the loading capacity of that 747-8. Here we go with the next question. What are Brussels Airlines special liveries called? The series, what are they called? The Icon, the New Style, or the Spiru? We've seen them, folks, on our travels, all the different variants of special liveries. Very colourful, very stylish liveries on Brussels Airlines, on their A320 jets, that is. What is the name of the series called? Is it Icon, New Style, or Spiru? Karen, okay, we'll have to check that out, Karen. Miles High saying the show's going much better than last week. Cheers, Miles. Is that because he's winning or something? It's not. Okay, here we go then, folks. Your time is up, and there we go. 80. Now I made that up. That word, that Spiru. I made that up. 84 people saying Spiru. 31 people saying New Style. 94 is, of course, the Icon series. We've seen the Red Devils. We've seen the dog and his. They're based on basically folk art and stuff like that from Brussels, and it's all airbrushed by a specific individual as well. It's not stickered, it's actually airbrushed. So great to see, and I think we caught one at Madrid, which was their latest one. So congratulations if you got that right. Indeed, it is the Icon series with Brussels Airlines and their special liveries. Check them out. Brussels Airlines Icon series. Next question, please. Number 36. Number 33, sorry. No! Number 36, we will work 34, 35 then. No, okay. What is the V2 actual rotation speed of an A380? How about that, folks? You've got a minute to answer this one. What is the V2 actual rotation speed? Be very careful about how you answer this one. 145 to 150, 155 to 160, or 160 to 165 in knots. So what is the actual V2 rotation speed? So he'll be pulling up with his stick on the left, or the co-pilot will be pulling up with his, or pulling back on the stick on the little controller on the right hand side. Is it 145 to 150, 155 to 160, 160 to 165? One between those points he will rotate, depending upon fuel, takeoff length, weather, wind direction, so on and so forth. What is the V2 actual rotation speed of the A380? And it is 155 to 160 knots. 110 people answering correctly. 58 people saying 160 to 165. 145 knots, 145 to 150. 44 people answering that one. It is, of course, 155. Between 155 and 160 knots is your rotation speed for an V2. V1, V2 is actual rotation speed. Is actually when the aircraft's rotating. Okay, well I'll have to check that because I did that. That was on my research. V1, V2 rotate. How many times have you heard that? V1, which is the point at which they can't go back. V2 rotate is what I've heard many times. But we'll double check on that one. But anyway, for now, the actual rotation speed of the A380. That is between 155 and 160 knots. So there we go, folks. And of course, the thing is that if we were to ask other people to get information on this one, then we get a whole load of different conflicting answers, wouldn't we? So we need, and we would never end up getting a quiz together because they'd all be arguing about what it is and what it isn't. But and it is only a bit of fun, don't forget. So, but we do like to get it right, of course. But I will look into that, and I've got a good mate of mine who's a pilot, so I've got a few actually, but I'll ask him. So, okay, we're ready for question number 34, GP. Question 34 of 36. Universal Exports saying I was right. What was the DC-9 rebranded by Boeing as, folks? We've seen one of these. We've seen one of these. What was the DC-9 rebranded by Boeing as? The 717, the 797, or the 718? 717, 797, or 718? What was the DC-9 rebranded by Boeing as? And positive rate gear up is actually after the rotation. It's actually some time after rotation. What was the DC-9 rebranded by Boeing as? 717, 797 or 718, folks? Beautiful aircraft, I'm going to have to say it. We all love the DC-9 or the MD-80, the Mad Dog, as it was commonly known. You've got 9 seconds left, folks. 2, 1. What was the DC-9 rebranded by Boeing as? Indeed, it was the 717. 182 people getting that right. 15 people saying the 797. 17 people saying the 718. Congratulations if you voted and you got it wrong, folks. It doesn't matter. It's all a bit of fun. Now you know, if we ever ask that in a future programme, you'll know that the DC-9 was rebranded by Boeing when Boeing took over the McDonnell Douglas Corporation, DC Douglas Corporation, as it was known. So 182 people getting that right. Okay, GP, go to 35. McDonnell Douglas, MD, the 80 and the 82, but it was originally the DC-9. It was originally. No, forget it. What does RTO stand for, folks? What does RTO stand for? Seen this a lot at Toulouse. Rejecting takeoff, rejected takeoff, or reverser takeoff. What does RTO stand for? If you've watched the shows at Toulouse, you will have seen a lot of these RTOs going on, but we want to know, what do the letters mean? What do they stand for? Rejecting takeoff, rejected takeoff, or reverser takeoff? Oh, Craig Whitmore, this one is easy. Well, you need to get it quick then, Craig. Get your finger on the pulse, my old son. Don't panic. What does it mean, folks? You've got 5, 4, 3. Oh, cool. Of course, most people have answered it by now, but anyway, time is up. And there you go. A rejected takeoff, of course it is. Rejecting takeoff, people saying 20 people saying that. Reverse takeoff, 6 people saying that. Of course, the correct answer is rejected takeoff. Basically, when there is a problem on board the aircraft, it could be anything from somebody getting out of their seat when they're sat sitting, and the aircraft has spooled up and brakes are off. Someone gets out of their seat. The crew will immediately tell the pilot stop the aircraft, or there is a problem with the systems. Or there is a whole different amount of things, something on the runway perhaps, or he's been not given clearance, or the tower say stop, don't go yet. You know, there's a whole host of different reasons why you might perform a rejected takeoff, RTO. We're going to see those at Toulouse next time we're down there, folks. Join us in Toulouse live for our shows down there, and we'll see a number of those RTOs. They have to be done before the aircraft is certified itself. Not certified, but it is released. Has to go through RTO tests. So there we go. I think we're on to the final question, are we, Jilly? Number 36. You ready? Here we go. Quick fire picture round, folks. Last one of the day. Here we go. Get ready, get ready. Quickly, 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 quickly. Question 36 and 36. Name the aircraft. What is that? What is that aircraft? Look at it. Look at it. What is it? IL-76, AN-124 or IL-96? Quickly, quickly. Oh, you were too slow. You were too slow. Of course, it is an IL-76. It is not an AN-124. It's an IL-76, folks. Who answered 82? Wow, it's an IL-76, and I will show you the picture if anybody wants to see that. We'll put that up on the fan zone. It was an IL-76, and you know what gives it away is that the front end, what looks like the bomber. It's the bomber. It's like the old bomb aimer's compartment underneath it, all the glass cockpit underneath it. That's what gives it away, and that was an IL-76-62. Now that could have really, just like last week, really thrown the cat amongst the pigeons. Did you hear that, Charchie? 62 people saying IL-76, 82 people saying the AN-124, and 42 people saying the IL-76. We're going to go quickly to check the leaderboard and we'll be back in 60 seconds. Here we go. Okay, GP. Right. Okay. You're not able to see it. You're not able to see it. Alcohol free. Sailor Mike, you done them? It was really good fun, TC say. I was ready to hit 747 Palmet. Thoroughly enjoyable. Thank you all, and especially Jerry and Jilly. Love the quiz. Been an amazing evening. The video was on. Thank you so much, folks. Here we go. Loading the results. And there it is. It is. And gee, oh, look at that. Look at that. Rick Van Noort won it with 3,069 points. Rick, congratulations, man. GBYGF, I think it is. Is it GF Golf Foxtrot? Coming in second place, beating Tommy Ernst into third place. Antonio Evora, Andy Jennings, and Ken Kibbin, and Ashley and Katie. Well done to you folks. We will send out, right, folks, what you need to do, top three there, Rick Van Noort, Tommy Ernst, and Golf Foxtrot. You need to send in your a mailing address that you want your t-shirt sent to, but you also need to go to the Big Jet TV store. bigjet.shop is where you need to go to choose your t-shirt design, and we will get those out to you. So let me just write these down, Jilly. RVN, the final countdown. GBY Golf Foxtrot, Tommy Ernst. Is it? No, it's not out of focus. Should have gone to Specsavers. It's what? Okay. Well done, Antonio Evora, Andy Jennings. Well done. Ken Kibbin. Well done. And Ashley and Katie. Well done. Fantastic. Well, that's a bit of fun, wasn't it, eh? Really enjoyed that, and thank you everybody, all the wonderful people who are giving us some fantastic feedback right now. It's quite a thing putting it together for you folks, and something that we really do enjoy. I've just got to say, I don't know if you're watching. I'm really Kristen Steingrant. I don't know, Kristen, whether you're watching or not, but I just want to say a big, massive thank you for sending all that stuff over from the US. Really, really do appreciate it, Kristen. Got my my little selection of retro jets up there that you sent through, and we're going to include those in an upcoming aircraft recognition show that will be coming up next week. It's Saturday tomorrow, folks. We would normally be going out somewhere, either overseas or somewhere in the UK, to bring you the Saturday show. It's going to be from here once again, and thank you for sticking with us, folks. We really appreciate it. Obviously, it's a lot of work what me and Jilly have to do, because obviously we don't just put a video up and then walk off, because we have to monitor everything. We have to keep everything up and running, just in case the feed drops out or something like that. More so, to be honest with you, it's Jilly who does the majority of the groundwork in terms of the technical stuff, keeping everything going and running. I just sit there watching the feed, joining in as much as I can, or getting videos ready, or kicking a cat. No, I'm not kicking a cat. I love the cat. Hello, Chachi. Or making a coffee. But whatever I do, you know, it's just great to have you folks involved, and all the fantastic emails and messages of support, and the great words that you guys are saying about how Big Jet TV is helping you through this crisis. And we will keep going, folks. No matter how tired we get, we will keep it going for you. So thank you very much indeed. And thank you again to all the frontline staff and all the people who are working tirelessly around the clock, both in the UK and around the world, to keep the wheels of industry turning. All the folks on the ground crews, all the pilots, all the workers at the airports, the delivery drivers. Of course, all the frontline staff, all the ambulance drivers, all the emergency staff that are on call, all the people that are having to go to work and look after the country. You're looking after us. Cannot thank you enough, folks. And all we need to do as a nation and as a human race is just be sensible, be patient, and let's get through this all together, and don't try and flunk the rules and try and be a smart ass and tell people that you don't want their help when all they're doing is they're trying to give you some help. So we really appreciate everything you're doing for us, all of you folks out there. We are just a minute little microscopic piece of that we're trying to bring a little bit of entertainment to you folks. So listen, thanks for getting involved, really appreciate it. Loved your company once again. We will be back tomorrow around about midday for some more action on Big Jet TV. Thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations Rick Van Noort, Golf Bravo Yankee Golf Foxtrot, and Tommy Ernst. Well done, Tommy Ernst. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Thanks so much for joining us. Have a great evening. Ta-da.